Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak, and today we're going to do something that I always wanted as a kid and never could have one, and that's a Paper White Birch. Betula Papyrifera, forgive me for the pronunciation, but it likes a constantly moist and acidic soil. Birches have had a bad reputation a lot of years because they're susceptible to the Bronze Birch Borer. Now, there was a family business, I think it was called Evergreen Nursery out of Sturgeon Bay in Wisconsin. I think it started in 1893, and they wanted because they loved their birch trees, the paper whites. They were looking for something that was resistant to the Bronze Birch Borer. So they grew hundreds and hundreds of trees from seedlings. And one day, after 20 years later, Thomas Pinney Jr. Of the family business, he went into this one grove where all the paper white birches were dying or either dead except one tree. And that tree was pure white, and it had a beautiful branch structure and a full head of foliage. And he took the tree, cuttings from the tree, he grew them, he rooted them and grew them, and 10 years later, them trees were just like the original, resistant to the Bronze Birch Borer. So if you're going to get a tree for your house, you don't want it to die after 10 years because of the borer. But it's called Renaissance Reflection. That's the trademark of the Paper White Birch. And I'll give you the names of the three in the description below. But right now, let's go to plant it. Now, this isn't a Renaissance one, so I'm going to have to watch out for the borers and get my organic paint and put it on there that's supposed to chide the borers away. But it's something I always wanted as a kid. I love this tree. This is probably my favorite tree in the whole world. Out of all the trees, that's my favorite. I don't know why, but it is. But let's get to work on it. Today is the 22nd, Monday, 64 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius. So we're going to have our worm castings, our repti bark, one part of each, 3 parts of peat moss, 1 tablespoon of mucus, and we're going to dust the roots with Oasis, the beneficial bacteria, because what that'll do is help affix nitrogen from the atmosphere to help the tree to grow. And the mesos is a great beneficial bacteria for encouraging root growth and strong root growth. So I got my root maker pots that I'm going to use for it. I put my Oasis in a little bottle so I can dust it, the roots. And my trees came in today. They're small little seedlings. So there's a lot of nice buds. You see the long taproot on them. And they're starting to bud out. They were in a soilless mix. I mean, they were shipped bare rooted, so I put them in water right now to keep them hydrated for about 6 hours. So let's fill up the pots and let's get to work to plant them. First, I'll show you the soil with the repti bark in there. That's it with the repti bark. And it'll offer good drainage. I like this spoon because it's got a nice ball on the end of it, so I can help press it into the root maker's pot to get the holes all sealed up. Get a little more. Pack it in. Okay, got my peroxide. And we're going to dip our scissors into there. And what I'm going to do is take one out. And there's a long taproot, but there is roots growing on here. So I'm going to take just a little bit off. So we can get it started. And then I'm going to take just a little bit off the top and cut it right here. Since this plant isn't patented, I can take the cuttings and try to root them. So what I'll do is I'll take my Oasis and just dust it. And then we're just going to get a little depth in there for the root. We're burying it just a hair deeper. Now this one, I just have some soil here that I'm just going to put the cuttings in. It's just old soil. And I'll just stick them in. Now let's see what happens. You never know. It doesn't hurt to try. Okay, so we got one in the pot, firming it in real good. There's not much root structure on it, so hopefully this will get it to grow good. I like root maker pots because you get a good root system out of it. I have a pomegranate that's in a root maker pot for 2 years, so I'm going to take it out, and we're going to try to, once I find a container, we'll take it out and repot it. Okay, here's one. And don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. You did as a kid. Let's put it in. Okay, we got pretty good there. Okay, let's find another tree out of these. This one's got a big taproot. It's got new bud growth, but we got a lot of buds over here, so I'm just going to cut it after I dip. We'll leave this one a little bit longer. Put our cutting all the way in. I'll take the Oasis, and first, before I do that, I have to cut the root. Let's see how much. Well, we'll cut it about this much, because from the top of the trunk to here, it's a long taproot, but there's a lot of feeder roots, so that's good. And we're going to get it into the pot, push it in, and then we're going to take our Oasis and sprinkle the roots. You can see how much I put in. I'm just moving around the root system. Take a little more soil, let's put that in there. Don't be afraid to try a tree that you like. It doesn't hurt. Okay, we got 2 down and 1 to go. Got our other pot. Let's fill it up. Take our spoon. I don't know where I got the spoon. I don't know if I got it at a thrift store or garage sale, but I like the ball on the back because it helps me get the soil into the bottom of the root maker pot to fill in all the holes. And as you can see, they're all filled in. Okay, let's check the other guy. This is nice and long. And I'm going to take, because it's got a lot of buds here, so we're going to cut it about here. And I got another container with core in there. And we're going to take our scissors to clip this long tap root, because we got a nice set of feeder roots there, so I'm not afraid to take that much off. Get it inside. Let me get some soil into the cup. Hold it up. We'll give the roots a nice dusting of the Oasis. So when you get your free sample, use it. It's got a lot of good stuff from Extreme Gardening for the beneficial bacteria. For $8 shipping or whatever I paid, because it's a free sample pack, it's worth it. Okay, we're going to spread a little the Oasis into the soil mix there where the cuttings are, and I'm going to take some a pinch of the Micos and put it into the soil, and let's see what happens. Maybe it'll work. I hope so. Try it out. I ain't got nothing to lose. Okay, this one here needs some more potting soil in there. Our own special mix. The Repti bark you can find at any pet shop. They sell small bags, and watch when they're on sale. Okay, we got them in real nice. Let me get a little more onto here. There we go. All set and done. Let's water it in. Now you don't have to put lipstick on these cuttings because they're smaller than the thickness of a pencil. That's the rule of thumb. Let me get our little cuttings here and let's see. Okay, I think we got it pretty good. Watering in real good. And with the cool nights, I'm going to put this outside. After I find a nice little spot for it. Away from the squirrels, because the squirrels will dig the heck out of this. They'll dig it out like you wouldn't believe. But, that's our paper white birch. Well, it doesn't look like a white birch tree, but in time the trunks will turn white. And hopefully I can find a good organic, I got a good organic paint I can put on there. I'll give you the name of that in the description too. So try it out. And if you're going to plant a birch tree, look for the Renaissance versions. There's 3 of them that they came out with. The original, and there's 2 more. So birch tree is a beautiful tree. I always loved them. When I used to go to Upper Peninsula in Michigan, a lot of beautiful birch trees back in the day, but then you'd see a lot of them dying off. So now I know why, and now I know that they finally found a good tree that's resistant to the bronze leaf borer. So today's Monday. Have a nice night. Enjoy a nice hot cup of tea. Put on an old-time radio show, whatever you like. And if these start growing and if they root good, I'll come back and give you a nice little update on it. So you take care. Thank you for coming to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak. Have a good night.